Hello, everyone. In 1976, a small horror film exploded onto screens and quietly rewrote the rules of fear. Carrie wasn't just about telekinesis or revenge, it exposed something far more terrifying: how ordinary people can become monsters. Classrooms, families, and society itself became the real horror. Nearly 50 years later, the cast behind Carrie lived lives filled with fame, tragedy, shocking transformations, and forgotten stories. But what happened behind the scenes is even more shocking. From controversial casting choices to careers that soared or collapsed, this film changed everything, and its legacy still haunts Hollywood today. The heart of the film belonged to Sissy Spacek, who played Carrie White, the shy and abused teenage girl with telekinetic powers. When director Brian De Palma chose her for the role, many studio executives were skeptical. She did not fit the glamorous image of a horror star in the 1970s, and some doubted audiences would believe her. But De Palma believed her vulnerability was exactly what the film needed. He fought to keep her, and that decision reshaped horror history. Sissy Spacek delivered a performance that turned supernatural horror into emotional tragedy. Audiences didn't just fear Carrie White, they felt her pain. That role launched Spacek into stardom and opened the door to a career filled with deeply human characters. She later won an Academy Award for Coal Miner's Daughter and continued to earn acclaim for films like In the Bedroom and The Help. But Carrie remains the role that defined her legacy, proving that horror could be intelligent, emotional, and character-driven. Playing Carrie's terrifying and fanatically religious mother was Piper Laurie, who delivered one of the most disturbing performances in horror history as Margaret White. By the time she joined the film, Laurie had already experienced the rise and fall of Hollywood attention. She had stepped away from major studio films in the 1960s, choosing to focus on theater and television, while her movie career slowly faded from the spotlight. Many in the industry believed her time as a major film actress was over. Then, Carrie changed everything. Her intense, emotionally violent portrayal shocked critics and audiences alike, earning her an Academy Award nomination and instantly restoring her reputation in Hollywood. In an industry that rarely offers older actresses second chances, Carrie became one of the rare and powerful comeback stories, proving that talent can outlast trends and age barriers. Amy Irving played Sue Snell, the guilt-ridden student who tries to make amends for her role in bullying Carrie. Sue was the film's moral conscience, the one character who truly recognizes the damage being done. What many viewers never realized is that Irving was acting alongside her real-life mother, Priscilla Pointer, who portrayed Mrs. Snell. This real mother-daughter casting added an invisible emotional authenticity to their scenes, making their performances feel deeply natural and grounded. After Carrie, Amy Irving built a respected career across film, television, and theater. She earned an Academy Award for Yentl and appeared in critically acclaimed projects like Traffic, proving her versatility and longevity. Her journey reflects a career shaped not by scandal or spectacle, but by consistent, intelligent performance across decades. One of the most shocking revelations for modern viewers is seeing John Travolta in Carrie as Billy Nolan, the reckless bully who helps trigger the film's tragic climax. At the time, Travolta was still a young actor searching for his big breakthrough, known mainly for television and small roles. Within just a year, everything changed. Saturday Night Fever turned him into a global sensation, and Grease cemented his status as one of the biggest stars in the world. Watching Carrie today feels like seeing history just before it explodes, capturing Travolta in a rare moment before fame, wealth, and superstardom completely transformed his life and career.
Another unforgettable performance came from Nancy Allen, who played the cruel and manipulative Chris Hargensen, the film's primary human villain. Her character wasn't supernatural, but she was terrifying in a painfully realistic way, representing the everyday cruelty that fuels the film's tragedy. Allen's career was closely intertwined with director Brian De Palma, who cast her in multiple influential films, including Dressed to Kill and Blowout. Their creative partnership shaped her public image and helped define a wave of stylish, psychological thrillers that dominated late 1970s and 1980s cinema. Nancy Allen's portrayal of Chris Hargensen remains one of the most memorable bullies in horror history, not because of special effects or jump scares, but because her cruelty felt disturbingly human. Her performance helped prove that the scariest villains are often not monsters, but people. Among the supporting cast, P.J. Soles played Norma Watson, one of the students who helped shape the hostile social environment around Carrie. While she never became a mainstream Hollywood superstar, P.J. Soles went on to achieve something just as powerful, a lasting legacy as a cult horror icon. Her appearances in Halloween and Rock and Roll High School made her a recognizable face of late 1970s genre cinema, a period when low-budget films defined entire generations of fans. For horror audiences, Soles represents an era when practical effects, raw performances, and bold storytelling created unforgettable cultural moments. Her career shows that mainstream fame is not the only path to immortality in film history. Cult status can be just as influential. Priscilla Pointer, who portrayed Mrs. Snell, had a career that stretched across nearly a century of entertainment history. She began acting in the 1940s, performing in theater long before television and modern cinema reached their peak. Over the decades, she transitioned seamlessly into film and television, appearing in numerous acclaimed projects while adapting to the ever-changing landscape of Hollywood. When Pointer passed away at 100, she symbolized a living bridge between classic Hollywood theater traditions and modern screen acting. Her longevity is a rare testament to endurance, discipline, and adaptability in an industry known for constant change, short careers, and shifting trends. Through her work, she became a quiet but powerful witness to the evolution of American cinema itself. Beyond the cast, Carrie itself left an enormous footprint. Film critics and scholars often cite Carrie as one of the first mainstream movies to portray teenage bullying and female rage as tragic rather than purely villainous. Instead of cheering for the horror, audiences were forced to confront empathy, guilt, and responsibility. The film influenced countless later stories about outsiders, revenge, and psychological horror. Even today, Carrie is frequently ranked among the greatest horror films ever made, not for its special effects, but for its emotional truth. The movie marked a major turning point in horror storytelling. Before Carrie, the genre focused on monsters, killers, and supernatural threats. After Carrie, horror began looking inward, exploring fear born from human cruelty, trauma, and social pressure. This shift changed how filmmakers approached the genre, proving horror could be emotional, psychological, and meaningful. It inspired decades of character-driven horror and helped transform the genre into a respected form of serious cinematic storytelling. For the cast, Carrie was a crossroads. Some actors became global stars, others carved out respected careers, and some faded quietly from the spotlight. But all of them contributed to a film that outlived its era and continues to resonate with new generations. After thorough examinations, doctors diagnosed Johnny Galecki with Bell's palsy, a temporary condition that affects facial nerves and causes sudden paralysis on one side of the face. It wasn't a stroke or life-threatening, but it was frightening and unpredictable. The condition disrupted filming for weeks as Galecki waited for recovery. Some sources wrongly claimed he had Guillain-Barré syndrome, but that was false. Nearly 50 years later, Carrie remains a cultural landmark, a turning point in cinema, and a reminder that empathy matters and health is fragile. So when you watch Carrie today, you're not just watching a horror classic, you're watching a film that changed how the world understands fear, trauma, and power. You're also witnessing the early moments of actors who would go on to shape Hollywood history. The question isn't who aged the most or who became the biggest star. The real question is how one story about a bullied girl became one of horror's most influential films ever made. And which scene from Carrie still haunts you? Like, share, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. Thanks for watching.